Bad manners for me is loutish behaviour. Bad manners is people urinating outside of my house. Bad manners are people vomiting. Bad manners is dog fouling. And bad manners is feeding seagulls.
Excuse me, do you always let your dog poop down there?
The general way people speak to you. Where are the pleases? Where are the thank yous?
Are you disabled? Well, you're in a disabled spot there.
I used to think of bad manners being a bit prissy, you know, bowing and scraping and curtsying. But now I think it's a question of just basic respect, you know, for fellow individuals.
I've not got time or patience for good manners. In today's world, that's the way it's got to be. If you're too polite, you don't get what you want.
Pardon?
You walked right into me.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Say sorry.
Well, you shouldn't have walked into me then,
No,
should you?
you walked into me.
No, you walked into me, dear.
Dear Sir, in answer to your letter in the Eastbourne and District Advertiser for opinions as to behaviour in present-day British society, may I reply as follows. Politeness, respect, courtesy and good manners are the lubricant that enables society to function in an agreeable and civilised way.
Doing is we're holding a vigil outside the Key Club. Some people might think we're rather silly holding candles here tonight, but we don't. These candles symbolise those people who are afraid to come out of their houses.
They are prisoners in their own home.
And that's why we're standing here tonight. I'm holding these. This represents Miss Underwood. This represents Alec Thomas, who died of cancer. Right up to the last week of his life, he was fighting to close his establishment down. People come out, they vomit in our doorways, they urinate, they have sex all over the place, don't they, in the car park here?
I've looked out of my sitting room window and actually seen them having sex in the car. I mean, you don't have to go to pictures, you can see it in the car park.
It's not just one nightclub, it's one of several which we've got all around us. We live in a ghetto, we live in a hellhole, and what we're trying to do by having this protest tonight is to actually demonstrate that we've had enough.
What drives me is a passion for a place that I love. I love this place. It's not just here, the Hull. I mean, the Barbican is where I was born. It's where my mother was born, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. I come from the most beautiful part of the city, and it's the showpiece of the city. And when I see people which treat it as if it's a dustbin, then I don't want to moan. I mean, you don't get anywhere by moaning or just, you know, talking to friends, moaning about it. You only make a difference by getting up there and actually being counted. And that's what I decided to do by setting up a residence group. And now we've got over 100 people, which is part of that. We all got the same sort of purpose, that we hate people with bad manners.
Bad manners is good manners, because if you're good-mannered, you're always getting in somebody else's way. So that, to me, is bad manners. Stupid cow. I'm not one of these people who will hold the door open for 40 people to walk through. I'd be through and closing the door. Oh, well, come on, then! Jump the queue at a supermarket. That's easily done. They want me money. So why can't they serve me faster? For fuck's sake, come on, you silly cow. Make your mind up where you're going. Why should I queue when I can get somewhere faster by pushing in? Why should I? Thank you, love. So what if I nick a woman's parking space? I'm not bothered. Anybody with any common sense then would have drove in straight. It's all a competition. Whoever gets there first wins. I got there first and I won. Good afternoon, you're speaking to Shane. How can I help you? You're speaking to Shane. How can I help you? The job that I've got now is working customer services where I'm dealing with people's problems.
I was wondering whether we could come to an arrangement.
You've not received them yet, have you not? I mean, we've not forgot you, so don't worry about that. From the start of the day, you've got people who are phoning you up with the problems, they're hitting you with all the problems. They seem to vent all their anger and their emotion out on you. It's your fault that this has gone wrong. It's your fault they haven't got the parcel. And they expect you to sort their problem out immediately. Can I take your title, please?
RA43.
Is it Mrs.?
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you've answered about 300 calls and they're all blaming you.
And you'll take the service charge off?
I will do, yeah. I mean, I've had all the pent-up anger and emotion, what's built up inside me. Can you just confirm the address for me, please? It's not anger or frustration. It's just like, I don't know if you will, steam waiting to be released. You just want to release it out on somebody. I mean, I will admit that I go out on people and do look to pick an argument with somebody just to release it.
Here we go. OK, then.
Yes, I'll just put my badge on. It's no good complaining about other people if I don't put my own on.
Bad manners is having no consideration for other people, but just being totally selfish. That's how I feel about bad manners.
You're just parking the disabled bay here. Don't you care?
Not really, no. Why not?
Why not?
Seeing someone in a disabled bay that hasn't got a badge, it's like a red rag through a bull to me. I feel like hitting out at them because it's just being rude.
Oh, go on, I will take that with me because it does help me walk.
I'm not the sort of person to sit back and let people walk all over me. It's perhaps as well with what I've got with my MS.
No, and the probe hasn't got one, Freddie. I'll stick a few stickers on his car for him if he likes his car decorated.
It annoys me very much indeed, the way people treat me.
There you go.
Fight back. It's the only thing I can do.
This is the wall, the weeing wall, where people come to wee, get rid of the pub's profits. Sometimes you'll get 5 or 6 jobs all lined up here, all having a pee, and even females. I mean, once I saw some females squatting down there having a pee as well. So that's where it all happens. As far as I'm concerned, it all happens. Yeah. And that, of course, is where I hose from. I've tried everything. You know, I've tried the police, the council, I've tried asking the pub owners to do something about these people that urinate everywhere. And they just can't control it. So in the end, I fight back. And it just feels great. When I get a hit, it feels really good. If I see somebody peeing down there, out comes the hose. And generally speaking, it's at night, so they can't see what's going on. So they're standing there, if you don't mind me mimicking what's happening, and they usually go, fucking hell, you wanker, you wanker. And then they try to run away from the war. Of course, as they do so, and they try to anticipate their route, so I just spray ahead of where they're going. So by the time they do get around the outside, they're absolutely soaked, and then I just hear lots of abuse, by which time I'm dancing with glee. It's my way of fighting back, and I don't mind doing it.
City Council think that myself and Barbican residents are a pain in the ass. They want to stop other residents from actually getting our message across, and they're not going to do that. And my grandfather was in 2 world wars. He was on the beaches of Dunkirk. My uncles, they were in Stalag camps during the Second World War. They fought for a freedom. They fought for something that I'm doing now. And I know what I'm doing is right because I've got residents who are behind me. People which want to get rid of some of the ill-mannered, bad-mannered people which come in our communities. And if it means speaking out, then so be it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a pain in the ass.
I get really irritated when I live up there and they all take their dogs for a constitutional along on the promenade and there's poo everywhere. I mean, it really irritates me. When people say, well, the grass needs... I mean, look at it. That's poo. Absolutely awful, dreadful. Here again, dog poo again. I mean, when it's really hot weather, you just get the stench which comes up. It's a real pet hate of mine. It's everywhere. And again, stood in it. Excuse me, your dog's just on a poo. Are you going to pick? Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you. It's just that I just live there, you see, and... Thanks. Well, they hardly look as if they got pooper bags with them, though, do they? That they could manage it, really. You wouldn't like a bag for that, would you? Excuse me. Do you want a bag for your dog? Your dog's just plopped on the grass. Was that a poo? No, it's a pee. Yes, it's doing one. Definitely doing one. I live in a house on Poo Corner. Dog poo here, 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 just everywhere. I mean, this really, really incenses me. I just wondered if I came down on my grass, it's a very open public space, but if I just stood there, pulled my jeans down and my underpants, and I just stood there and I actually fouled myself. I wonder what the reaction of people around here would be. They'd be outraged. I mean, I couldn't do that because I like to believe that I'm very civilized.
Have you ever been guilty of bad manners? It depends what you mean by bad manners. You mean picking my nose? Yes, that's bad manners, but I don't do it in public, and I don't do it so someone can see me picking my nose. I do it when I'm in the loo, you know, by myself. I pick my nose then. I mean, we all got sort of little gremlins, which you could construe as bad manners, but not where it really matters, when it's being responsible to other people.
It was a pee.
The rudeness that has become endemic in British society is reflected in the unpleasantness, discord, and dismal malfunctioning of society today. This intemperate behaviour results inevitably into actions such as road rage, fisticuffs, bad language, and the general low standards of civic intercourse that we are obliged to suffer.
Everywhere you look, people are slow. Just walk as slow as you want. You know what I mean? It's like slow motion, whichever way you're looking at. Excuse me, I'm first before them. There was nobody there a minute ago.
How much is that, please? €78.
I don't believe that.
Have you bust a catch?
Huh?
Have you bust a catch?
No, but I just don't like people jumping in. I was first.
See, you've got to say
I don't believe that.
Don't worry, just calm down.
I do not believe that. Can I have £10 of King Edward's, please? The people mostly who get the sharp end of my tongue are operators on the telephone, old ladies in the street, old men in the street. Excuse me. Thank you. I'll come through. Thank you. People who basically get in my way. Excuse me. I think that counts for about 95% of the population of Accrington.
What do you think you were doing there? You know,
doing what?
When you came in that door, you knocked at went sideways to let you go by, but you still come at me and knocked me for a sixer.
No, I went straight on one line.
And I was trying to get out your nose. You never noticed me. You never took a bit of notice of me. You just went straight through the door and saw you that's there.
Well, precisely, that's my outlook on life.
Well, it shouldn't be. Haven't you got any manners where people that are older than you are concerned?
I have no time for old people at all. None at all. I have none at all, especially if they're dawdling in the street, looking in shop windows.
I wasn't dawdling. I was coming out of that door in an orderly fashion, and I was trying to get out of your road, but you just couldn't care less about me or how I felt. It's just, you get out of my road, and it's me now.
It's nothing personal, it's just...
Well, I'm sorry, but I take it as personal. Because if that's your opinion of life, is your opinion is it's me, then I despair.
It's too friendly up here. People know each other on the streets, they'll go out and have a good chinwag with each other. So, yeah, they have got time for people up here. So I brought this sort of feeling of no time for anybody to all the time for everybody. And so that just doesn't wash with me. I think I'm too fast for this town.
Why do you live here, then?
Why do I live here? Good question. I thought she walked into me.
She didn't walk into you.
She did.
Walked into her.
She walked into me.
Are you disabled?
No.
Well, you're in a disabled spot there.
Yep.
Not only are you in a disabled spot, you're across two of them.
No, not.
There, look, disabled. These spots here are for disabled people.
Are you just parked in one then?
I am, because my wife's disabled.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying these spots here are reserved for...
So what are you saying? You want me to move my car?
If you wouldn't mind.
When these incidents happen, we don't go into it with a Bolsh attitude. We just politely point things out. Can you see what you've done? And it's the reaction of other people that's so shocking.
You're using...
I'm only going to be 2 minutes.
That's what they all say.
I've been round twice.
I'm just picking the kids up. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm just posting them
to
later.
the cash machine.
It's the same old excuse every time.
So, I'm only going to the cash machine.
Well, it's just selfish then, aren't you? Yeah. There's another one here.
Where?
He's got a baby. He says he's a disability. He says, yeah. His child's a disability to him. Really ridiculous. They are just very rude. One man told me he hadn't got an orange badge, but his wife had got a pain in her side. Which is, it's a shame, isn't it? I've got lots of pains. Would they like some of mine? Would they like my disability, as well as my parking space?
These are reserved for disabled people, you know.
Have I prevented anybody from parking?
Did you have it as a genuine disabled person? Yes, you have. No. Right, what? You'll do it again?
What do you want me to say?
Sorry, it'd be a good start.
I haven't put anybody out. If no one's tried to... There's other space available.
No, but they're
set
set aside for disabled people. Then you aren't disabled, are you?
No.
Well, I hope you never are. I really do.
I don't know if the people are embarrassed by it or, frankly, they couldn't give a toss, but they immediately jump, and it's abuse, sometimes threatened violence. And I just can't, at my age, I can't stand it.
You're not ignorant pig.
Right, I'm going to find a registration number and complain about it.
What good does that do to anybody?
Absolutely nothing, because I'm not
Exactly.
committing any moving traffic offence at all, or any parking traffic offence. These lines here, right, they might say disabled, but they're not like double yellow lines on roads, so they're not...
You'll tell me next you're a policeman?
Well, that's right, yes.
Well, you should know better if you are a policeman.
Very often I walk away from one of these situations and I'm shaking like a leaf.
Fred, leave it.
That makes it even worse if you're a copper. That makes it even worse.
Well, we're all human, aren't we?
Yeah, but some humans are disabled as well, aren't they?
It does give you a nasty feeling all day. It's like a burglary where people have the house broken into. It makes them feel dirty.
Do you, Nick?
Well, arguing with these people makes us feel dirty.
A copper?
Yeah, a copper.
A copper and disabled, they?
It's something that impinges on our life that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, you might shake your head.
you very often feel like you want to give up and say, to hell with it. You get home, you have a cup of coffee and a fag, and you're thinking, oh my, here we go again. But you still do it the next day. And you still try and do it in the same polite manner. Because that's the way we were brought up, that's the way we want to be.
Stupid! Excuse me. You know you nearly went into the side of me then?
No, I didn't.
Coming on front roundabout there.
No, I did not. Do you want to look at my car?
Said you nearly did. I was coming round the roundabout to go round to the back side of the car park. You came straight across without even looking where you were going.
I came round the island.
Precisely. I was coming round the roundabout to come straight across there. I come from the back, turning round to go back round. You came straight across where that black car's just come from without even looking to your right-hand side.
I did.
You did not.
Well, I apologise then.
In future, look where you're going. I'm sorry she deserved everything then. All of it. Basically, I was left to grow up on my own. So I formed myself in the person that I want to be, not what everybody expects you to be. All the manners went out the window then. But this is not for me, I'm being too polite here. I mean, I will admit that I'm rude, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are just as rude as me, but won't admit it to themselves.
As far as I'm concerned, manners are a way of stopping society breaking down, you know. I used to do nothing, and so I'd just boil with rage, and I just knew that that was bad for me. And I just felt helpless. I had no control, you know, over my own territory. And when that happens, I start doing things I wouldn't normally dream of doing. You just want to defend yourself in the end.
Yeah, it's good. Very satisfying. Because I'm sort of getting my own back in a way. The only frustrating thing is if I get an easterly wind, which we've got now, you get it back in your face a bit.
Hey! What's happening? Fuck off, we said, bastards! Come on, here! Come on! Come on, you big fucking man! Come on!
Well, he's calm. He didn't like it. They never do. But what else do I do? You know, I get driven to distraction by these people. They drive me mad.
The insurmountable problem is the question as to how we can return to a more polite and safe society. Short of closing television, bringing back the cane, the death penalty for murder, a complete re-education of half the parents in this country, there is nothing we can do to improve social standards. By now, you will have decided my name must be Colonel Blimp. Unfortunately, I only have a mental affinity with that gentleman. Thus, my sentiment and name remains yours sincerely, Raymond Welby.